G'day guys, my name is Miles.
And my name is Fez.
And this is The Commodity.
And today we are looking at what's more savage, rugby versus football, big hits, collisions, and tackles.
American football, to be specific.
Yeah.
This video was suggested to us by Fugby. I'm not sure what Fugby stands for, but ironically, football and rugby.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah, maybe he's just a fan of all things contact.
Maybe. He just loves physical contact. I don't know. But guys, before we hop into
makes
this
him sound like he needs a hug.
He's just a piece of shit. Guys, before we hop in this video, if you would, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. It truly helps us out in getting these videos out to more people. Also, if you would, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. That way you guys can stay informed on our future videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel even more and get an exclusive YouTube short shout out, click that join button down below. Now, before we hop in, are you like familiar with rugby?
I have a very basic idea of it. I understand that it's more of like they move together, whereas like NFL is towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
I understand there's some kicking involved.
So is it kind of like soccer, but with a football and you run with it and you hit people? I don't know much about rugby. I respect it because of the fact that they don't wear pads.
So I'm going to be a little biased. The reason why I think it's a little bit different because, we grew up in Texas, which is football nation.
Texas.
So I've talked to enough football players. I never played football. You played football. You almost went to college for football. Or you did, but
I did, but
it didn't last long.
Yeah.
But a lot of people tell me that they actually prefer wearing pads, or they prefer no pads, because people have this false sense of security that these pads are going to actually keep them safe.
That's what I loved about the pads.
People go full board, and of course, concussions are massive, injuries are massive, and so I've even heard NFL players say, if we could play without pads, it'd be so much better because nobody would hit.
Well, there's been those NFL players that commit suicide and family violence
from CTE type stuff.
From
which I'm sure rugby players deal with CTE.
Oh, probably.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But I personally think, even though the pads, even though the slower player, but I hate to sound, and y'all can hate me for it. I understand you're going to probably will. I think the athletes are like more athletic in the NFL.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to speak on that.
No,
I haven't watched enough rugby to have an opinion on that.
And the only reason I say that is the way that we rate them are based off of athleticism. So we have a thing called the combine, and they're tested on a 40-yard dash.
Yeah. And
we have people that legitimately could run in the Olympics that play into it. People that can jump that are quasi. They either decided to go NFL.
Now, with this being said, these people aren't all American. Like NFL players can be from the majority, but they could be from anybody.
Absolutely. I think I'm pretty sure there was a couple rugby players that transitioned. I don't think they ever did very well, because it's just a different sport.
Right.
It's like trying to transition from basketball to football. It's a different sport. Even though there's similarities, they're vastly different.
Right.
So, take it with a grain of salt. I could be completely speaking out of my ass. That's fine. I've watched some of both. I've watched a lot of the NFL, college football, all that, high school football. Now, rugby, I've watched snippets.
Yeah.
So let's just jump in.
We're gonna see some snippets now and decide
which one.
Who's more savage?
Like, all honesty, I would think that even comparing AFL versus rugby, I think AFL is more savage than rugby.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
That looked painful.
Especially driving his head into the ground.
Another opportunity. And they'll start.
I miss football.
See, this is newer. You can tell because he's tackled with his shoulder instead of full body. Led with his helmet, which is illegal now.
Spearing, yeah.
That is technically that would be a legal hit. These are all. See, that's illegal. Actually, that may not have been illegal.
It was.
What a tackle.
Oh no, Scorpion. Oh, son of a gun.
Very important. Savannah launches himself into Tommy Bow.
That Scorpion made my shit shrivel. My toes curled on that.
That had to hurt, bro. I mean, at least something popped.
Yeah, I mean, he was out of the game.
Oh, he
after
was
that.
done. Yeah. That was a bit of a high hit for sure, even in rugby, I'm sure.
Oh, God.
See, I hate it when they slow it down because it doesn't.
You can't
give
get the full effect
Yeah,
of it.
no, this completely takes you out of it. It's like that looked like a hardly of a hit
Right.
for both of them.
You could tell by the shaking of that face, though, that was a rough hit. And that was probably a rough hit. Oh,
That
goodness.
was a hard hit. And
Like
that was
getting hit by a
that was
car.
a completely illegal.
Oh,
hit.
100%.
Head-to-head contact.
Oh, damn. That was head-to-head, was it not? Oh, his fucking chin hit his forehead.
Yeah, tooth missing. Oh no, it's just a mouth guard.
Damn.
See, that's just being stupid. That wasn't that hard. It was more of the fall.
Yeah.
That's
Boy.
a bad motherfucker right there. I like that.
He said, I ain't going down.
Nope. That's a bad dude. Stop slowing it down. That just takes.
I think that rugby's, I mean, it looks fucking intense with
No, I'm not saying it's not. And these are all college football. Like, if you're going to compare it, do the NFL.
College does it to get to the NFL. NFL does it to make the money.
That's fair. Well, now college makes the money.
Yeah,
So
college
It's no
is making
longer an
money now.
argument.
Body slam.
So I'm interested. I hate the slow-mo. It takes it completely out. So are these professional athletes? Because, again, you got to, if we're comparing apples to apples, the ones that they're showing are all college teams.
Were they? And they've all been college teams.
All of them
in
have been
football.
college. Yeah, they haven't shown a single professional league. Like that's Wisconsin against Nebraska, which are two god-awful football teams.
That's France.
You're stupid.
Well, I would imagine France
Virginia
is a
Tech
professional
versus looks like LSU. Or no, that's not
No,
even LSU.
team. No, is that purple or blue? I think it's purple. That's LSU.
That was a high hit. Yeah. Ooh, that was dirty.
He said, "Fuck
He
you."
went forearmed at him. Oh no, he didn't. He just pushed him off. Yeah. Damn. That's a poor tackle if you ask me. You didn't go all the way through with it.
Damn.
You know, let somebody push you out from his chest.
He knocked his mouthpiece out. Boy.
Texas Tech. See, it just takes away. Like, I bet you that was much harder.
Oh yeah, I can still feel it in my soul though.
Ooh. Like, I'm sure that had to hurt, but
Like that body slam, you know that hurts. Bro, and my thing is like, you can look like this in the NFL, but you're padded up.
right.
Like, looking like this in rugby, not being
but
padded
at the
up.
same time, I don't think I've seen anybody that.
I'm just talking about ground contact.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is just imagine somebody that's 6'5", 250 pounds that can run a 40-yard dash in like 5 seconds, less than 5 seconds. Because these guys, they're not small. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm not trying to deny that.
But so apples to apples,
but
you've got
linemen now are not linemen like in the 90s or 80s where they were big fat dudes. Linemen now are like, even my favorite running back, Henry.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 6'5", 225 pounds of pure muscle.
Right.
That can run over linemen.
Yeah.
And the linemen are huge too. Like he's as big as a lineman.
But all of the
Like
NFL
235.
players mesh together. All of rugby players mesh together. So the intenseness between the actual individuals.
What about a punt? A kickoff?
What are you talking about? I'm saying like our players versus each other versus their players versus each other. Like their intenseness.
Oh yeah,
between
they
the two
out.
sports
Yeah.
are equal out.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
So still, I mean, the savageness of this sport versus
It's just different. Yeah,
Exactly.
like there's really no comparison. They're just vastly
What
different.
I'm saying is this is from ground contact.
Right.
That has to hurt like a motherfucker compared to the ground contact.
As long as they don't, I don't think they do turf, so that's much better.
Yeah.
Turf will fuck you up. Of course, we don't do turf anymore either. That's all turf.
Yeah.
I'll fuck you
Turf
up.
burn sucks.
They just have good grass wherever they're playing. That was not a good tackle. I don't care.
Oh,
Ooh, that was dirty.
that looked like it hurt too.
Damn. That's a big motherfucker.
That hurt that guy.
Okay, NFL, here we go. Bloop. That was just, he didn't have a good grip on it.
Knocked
That would have
him
been a
in the
fumble,
chin.
or that would have been an incomplete pass. Hey, I love that stiff arm.
Bro, I love the fact that like these guys aren't going down at Mississippi State.
Damn. It's Michigan. No, that's Alabama.
Alabama.
Georgia. Oh, he's a big boy. That's a full. Well, he hit head, but I think that's still technically full.
Damn, knocked the helmet off.
Bro, you gotta use your arms, or unless that's illegal.
Best bump offs in trucks. Explain to us in the comments what a truck is.
It's probably when you run over him.
Run through somebody.
There's pro. That's the Browns. Oh, there's been a couple pro here. There you go, pro. Ooh, elbow to the face. Okay,
Damn.
I can't compare
That's
to.
a big motherfucker. At least compared to the other people.
Yeah.
Beside. He got low on that too.
Yeah, he did.
And kept running. Fuck.
Dang, bro.
We just saw that, I think.
I don't care. That's awesome.
No, that's a hard. Like the person he just hit is probably dead. He's dead.
Is that Moss? No. Oh, that was Peterson. That's AP. I don't know why I thought Moss. I mean, he used to play for them too, but AP was a beast.
That shit just, I mean, without the pads getting hit like that and then hit the fucking ground. Just
There we
seems
go.
intense.
Titans, baby. Brian Tannehill. Let go. That's my team. And that's a quarterback. That is literally the least wanted to be touched person.
Yeah. Aside from the kicker.
That's some bad defense right there is what that is. Oh, that's an old school. They were in, that was Niners. Yeah. There we go.
Bro, what's crazy is like some of these tiny guys, like Allen right there, even though he's probably like standing by us, he's huge.
Yeah.
But like he looks tiny compared to everybody else. Playing football in high school.
So we talk about the honey badger for where's he at? I just saw him. So the honey badger in the U.S. is Tyrann Mathieu. I think it's actually the guy that got right there. The guy number 51. That's Tyrann Mathieu. That's the honey badger. He was a pretty sick player. I think he played for LSU. Speaking of,
We're playing football.
oh no, Matthew's right there. Sorry.
In high school, like our tiny fucking like receivers and stuff, if they got their speed going and they hit you, it doesn't matter how big you are.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna hurt. Damn. I don't know.
That's a big
that
old
is
boy
a
right
big
there.
boy.
He got some speed too. Look how little he is. He's so small.
Oh, that's a helmet.
Yeah. Well, he went down. That's
Yeah.
on him. You don't have like
He got too low as center of gravity.
way
was
too
off.
low.
It didn't even look like he hit him
No,
hard.
see that's bad defense. That's just
yeah, look,
straight.
he
look at
barely
that.
hit him. He just
He hit me so
he
hard.
wanted to take workers' comp.
Yeah, I didn't even want to be here today. It's funny how both of them have the same kind of. Oh, that's Saquon right there. I think. No, I don't think it is actually.
Touchdown.
The video quality is a little rough.
It's probably for copyright reasons.
Probably. I think I could get into either one.
Yeah. So I'll be honest. Football, the hits, at least what they showed, looked more intense. I feel like there was much more slow mode rugby.
Yeah, and I think that takes you out
And
of
it
it.
could have looked more intense
Yeah.
had it not been slowed down. Also, with that being said, whether or not the hits looked more intense with football, I couldn't imagine playing a sport day after day, getting fucking rammed by some shoulders or elbows into my chest or my stomach constantly throughout a full game.
Yeah, and then they don't slow down like NFL does.
Right, so that's another big difference is
Yeah.
like NFL, you get breaks. You get to take
Because
a
it's
second.
all so I feel like it's really a difference. So if you take like an American muscle car, which is the NFL, and then you have a supercar, which is rugby,
Right.
where an American muscle car is meant to go as fast as possible down a quarter mile.
Mm-hmm. Straight
Where-
line, short.
Yeah, that's literally what football is. Like it's your sudden extreme burst as fast as you can. That's why they do 40-yard dashes.
Right.
Because 40 yards is it's really like more than a third of the field. But you're trying to get from the first 10, every 10 yards is what your goal is.
Right.
And so the faster you can get up to that speed is what's important. Whereas I feel like rugby is more like you want that Ferrari that can run all the
Full
time,
time.
full blast. However, and like I said, I've watched some rugby, so I've seen it where it's not near as vicious all the time. Whereas in the NFL, it's pretty much head to head every single hit.
You guys can't see it anymore, but you might have seen it a second ago. This thumbnail, that looks like something we need to check out.
Yeah, for sure.
Hardest hits you will ever see.
But no,
Rugby's
and
the
I don't
beast.
want to down rugby. I just think it's a different sport, and it's just done differently. And I don't fully, know the rules or anything like that. And yeah, absolutely, no pads is gonna hurt like hell. But at the same time, like I said, people I've talked to are like, yeah, you take pads off, people are gonna hit a little bit softer.
Yeah,
You-
100%.
You put pads on. You put pads on a rugby player, they're gonna hit 100 times harder because they're like,
I completely agree.
you just threw on pads. And the problem is, and that's the thing,
It's a false sense of security.
it's a false sense of security. And really what hurts the people, it's not so much the initial hit, it's the landing on the ground. And that gives most of the concussions. And a lot of it has to do with how much speed they're picking up in that short distance and then stopping.
Right.
Because it's just like a car wreck. Because
The
they
law of
say,
inertia.
I think they say that a NFL player hits or gets hit at about like a 30 or 40 mile an hour wreck.
Yeah.
Like consistently through the game. I don't know what rugby does, so I don't want to speak on that behalf. Either way, I think it's badass.
Yeah.
I don't want to down either one of them. I'm obviously going to pick NFL or college. See, in the college football, I mean, there's some big hits, but it's
Yeah.
nothing like the NFL. Literally, a lot of college teams suck.
Yeah.
It's literally like the first 3 weeks of college football is a legitimately quasi-professional team like Alabama playing a team like Virginia Tech that might get into a bowl game, but it isn't going to, and these guys are dominant.
Right.
These guys always get into the NFL. These guys, you're lucky.
Yeah.
But that's just, I think pro should have been used if those are professional players. It just would be more realistic in comparison.
Yeah.
But either way, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
I'm not.
both sports are badass. Obviously, we know football a lot more than we know rugby.
Yeah. Yeah, I live
And
in
I'd like to know more about rugby.
I absolutely would
because
too.
it
So if y'all have
seems like-
suggestions on rugby, change my mind. I have no issues with that.
Yeah. Don't
Like-
hate him for his biased opinion.
Yeah, because I
Change
literally.
his mind.
Yeah, changed my mind. I've literally grown up watching football my entire life.
America.
America. To be fair, it's literally just here for the most part. But I've heard a lot over there, Australians, like Laserbeam, speaking of the devil. He's a huge fan of Tom Brady. So now he's a Bucks fan because of Tom Brady movie.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you want to see our future videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. If you want to support us directly, hit that join button. With that being said,
My name's Miles.
and my name is Faz.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
Out.